guys, this is Jessica. Welcome back to my channel, The Retro Farmhouse. Today I wanted to decorate my mantle for Christmas. This is something I have been looking forward to for quite a while now, ever since I had built the mantle last winter, springish, and I wanted to go ahead and incorporate some items that wasn't going to cost me a whole lot of money. So a lot of the items here you see are things that I either picked up from the grocery store or from the Christmas tree lot, and a lot of it was really easy to do and gave it more of a natural type of look. So come along with me today and let me show you how I do this vintage inspired Christmas mantle. So I was fortunate enough this year to get some of my tree clippings from my local Christmas tree shop, and a lot of times they'll clip the ends off for people and they just throw away all of this greenery. So I was able to get this for free, and I also picked up some of this tree preserve to kind of lengthen the life of these. I soaked it in the bucket of water with whatever the instructions said for this, and I also sprayed it all over my foliage just to kind of keep it a little bit longer so that it doesn't dry out. If I can find this, I'll put a link below where you can get this. Next, I just kind of clipped all of my trimmings apart to make them into smaller, more manageable pieces. The first thing I'm going to do is just start out with one piece and just some of this wire here. You can use any kind of floral wire or any kind of thin wire. I like to use this to connect my pieces together, and I like to start with one side that is kind of straight and the other side where the foliage feathers out. So you always want to make sure as well that you've turned your foliage to the more greener side. It does have an underside. So I'm going to put on my next piece here, and I'm just going to wind that around the twigs here, and I'll do that usually at the base and then maybe a little bit at the top to secure it better, and then I just keep on layering it from there, going further down as I go. A lot of times I try to weave the wire in between the branches. You're not really going to be able to see this once you place it on whatever object you're going to be setting it on. And I'm not really worried about some of the pieces going here, there, and everywhere. I'm going to give it a final haircut when I place it where I want it. So here you can see I'm at the end of my swag here, and to kind of hide all that bulkiness of these stems, I'm going to take a few more pieces, I'm going to turn them the other way, and then I'm going to insert those into my swag and then secure those down with some more wire. And this just kind of hides your end piece and makes both of your end pieces look nice and full. Now this piece did have some decent weight to it, so all I had to do was really just place it on my mantle, and I went ahead and cut it in places I thought it looked too full, and then I took some smaller sprigs and just kind of filled those in where I felt that it needed a little bit more foliage. Next, I wanted to do the orange garland that I've seen a lot of people do. It's super easy to do this and super cheap and looks really pretty and gives it a little pop of color. So I'm just going to take some of my oranges here. These I was able to get off of a neighbor's tree as they grow really well this time of year, but you can find these at any grocery store. I've heard also you can use lemons as well. And I'm just going to place these in my dehydrator. We use this a lot to dehydrate a lot of different types of food, and I'm going to place this probably for about 8 to 10 hours or sometimes just overnight at about 145 to 165 degrees in my dehydrator. Now if you don't have one of these, I'll see if I can find some instructions below where you can place these in the oven. You can dry them that way on a low heat. Next, I'm just going to take this embroidery needle here. They're a little bit thicker, so you can thread a little bit more thicker of twine through them. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of sew my pieces onto my string. So I'm just going to take them one at a time. I'm going to pull it through all the way down as far as I want the length to go. And then I'm going to kind of just tie them in a knot in place. That way they don't slide around. To secure these onto my mantle, I'm just using those little 3M hooks that you can get at any of the hardware stores. You can also just use a little nail or a little tack. I did that because I only had about 2 of these to use. And I'm just going to wind that around and put it up on the other side as well. I wanted to add some other natural elements, so I took some cinnamon sticks and I just bundled those up with some little red ribbon, and I tied some of those in between my oranges. I got these jingle bells off of Amazon, and I believe they're the 1-inch kind. They're a pretty decent size, but when I got them they were silver and I really didn't like that. So I went ahead and sprayed them with this metallic spray paint from Valspar just to give them more of an aged antique type of look, and I'm also stringing those on my twine as well. The neat thing about these is if you have a bunch of them, you can kind of put them in a stacking pattern as you see them bunch up here, or you can just put them in a single straight pattern, and they just look like a really nice little element, a little touch of gold to add some different colors to your scheme. I'm gonna go ahead and add my little button tree that I made last year. If you guys haven't seen that tutorial, I'll link that up here. That was a really fun project that we did last Christmas. I also have a lot of these little antique Christmas ornaments, and I have a toddler right now, so I really don't want her to be able to get a hold of these because they're really, really old. I get these off of eBay. Sometimes you can find these in antique stores. And the best way that I find to put these on is I save those little twisty ties, and I just put those on here, twist them on, and I know that they're going to be secure and they're not going to fall off. I love the way this mantle turned out this year. I was really excited to decorate this for Christmas, especially when I started making this mantle. You could probably get some free clippings at your local Christmas tree store, or just maybe even look out in your backyard and you have a pine tree that you can use some of these with. This looks so neat and cozy at nighttime. I love just sitting here and just kind of reading by my little faux fireplace. I need to go ahead and do a tutorial for the inside of it. That'll probably be something I'll do in the future, figuring out how to do a faux brick on the inside. But I just really loved how this turned out, and I hope you guys are inspired and have some ideas of how you can decorate some different areas or mantles in your home.